Hello students, welcome to chapter 3 of class 8 science, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. First, let us start with plastic. Plastic is very popular nowadays. It has become the material of our choice because of its desirable properties. First, its flexibility. It is highly flexible. Therefore, we can fold it whenever we need. Its watertight property. Because of its watertight property, even a polythene bag can be used to carry liquids. It is shatterproof. That means it will not break if it falls down. A plastic bottle, if falls down, will not break, whereas a glass bottle will break. Therefore, it is highly durable. Plastic is light in weight, therefore it is very easy to handle. It comes in attractive colors, therefore it adds to the beauty of the material. Here you can see polyvinyl chloride that is used for making soles of shoes, pipes, window panes, etc. Nylon used for making ropes, toothbrushes, shoes, etc. Bakelite used for making telephone bodies, electric switches, pressure cooker handles, etc. Formica that is used for sun mica. Sun mica that is used for decorating the tabletops, kitchen cabinets, silicones, which are used as a sealing material. Here are so many articles made up of plastics. You can see their pictures. Now, examples of plastics used in our daily life are number one, polythene, which is used for making poly bags, polystyrene, used for making thermocol, perspex, making transparent plastic sheets, PVC for making soles of shoes and pipes, nylon for making ropes, bakelite for making electric switches, formica for making sun mica, and silicones as sealing material. Now, where does this plastic come from? Plastic is prepared in the laboratories by the scientists. It is not obtained from the nature. Thus, it is called synthetic material. Plastic is prepared by polymerization of carbon compounds, which are obtained from crude oil by fractional distillation or cracking. Chemistry of plastics. Plastics are the examples of polymers. Polymers are nothing but long chain big molecules made from small molecules joined together. These smaller molecules are called monomers. Monomers are nothing but the repeating units of a polymer. Here you can see 1, 2 and 3 monomers. When they combine together, they form one big molecule. This one big molecule is called polymer. Again, you can see three monomers 1, 2 and 3. When they combine together, they form one big molecule which is called polymer. So, plastic is also a polymer. Monomer 1, 1, 2, 2. Monomer 3, and here you can see the third monomer. The difference is, instead of this plus, you can see a bond formed between the monomers to form a polymer. Here is an example of a plastic that is called polythene. All of you are familiar with polythene. We carry polythene bags. This is how it is made. It is made from a small molecule. This is ethene. The formula of ethane is C2H4. These C2H4 molecules combine together to form a polythene. This is one monomer, second monomer, third monomer, fourth monomer, fifth monomer, and the molecules go on combining like this to form polythene. So when many ethene molecules join together, polythenes form. Now let's see what are different types of plastics. Plastics are basically of two different types, thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. How are they different? You can see here, these are thermoplastics and these are thermosets. Thermoplastics can be reshaped on heating. We can remold it again and again. But thermosetting plastics, these cannot be reshaped on heating. Once set into shape, they cannot be remolded. Examples of thermosetting plastics are bakelite. Your pressure cooker handles are made up of bakelite. Electric switches are made up of bakelite. What makes thermoplastic so different from thermosetting plastics? There is a small difference. Now, this is a thermoplastic polymer which can be remolded on heating. In this polymer, you can see weak bonds between the plastic molecules. On heating, this weak bond melts. Here in this, you can see there is no weak bond. The weak bond has melted, leaving the molecules as such. The molecules does not get deformed. The molecules remains as such. But in thermosetting plastics, here you can see there are strong bonds between molecules of plastic, strong cross links between molecules. And on heating these thermoset plastics, the bonds between the molecules break. You can see here the bond is missing. Here the bond is missing. So the molecules, the bonds between the molecules break and a new substance is formed. And therefore the thermosetting plastics, when they are heated, they get degraded. We cannot remold these thermosetting plastics. Let us see how are thermoplastics different from thermosets once again. This is a very important question. You should know how you can differentiate thermoplastics from thermosets. Now the first difference is these thermoplastics are composed of chain molecules, whereas thermosets are composed of cross-linked molecules. Thermoplastics are made up by addition polymerization, whereas thermosets are made up of by condensation polymerization. On heating, the thermoplastics, their plasticity increases, whereas on heating, the thermosets, the plasticity is lost. Thermoplastics deforms at high temperature, but thermosets, they are not affected by high temperature. Can you now tell me why the pressure cooker handle is made up of thermosets and not of thermoplastic? If it is made up of thermoplastic, when you cook food, the handle will get deformed. Therefore, this is made up of thermoset plastics. And last but not the least, these thermoplastics can be easily remolded, whereas thermoset plastics cannot be remolded. You can now tell me why a kabadi wala does not take thermosets for recycling, whereas broken buckets or mugs, they can be sold for recycling to the kabadi wala. So plastic is of dire importance in our life, but there are some problems too with plastics. Now let us see what are these problems. First, it has very low density, therefore it remains floating on water It burns or smolders to give off toxic fumes. Whenever we throw the plastic, we cannot dispose it off in a proper way. We have to either burn it, and when we burn it, it gives off toxic smokes and thus pollutes the environment. Produces gases like carbon monoxide, which is highly toxic, highly poisonous. Another gas, that is hydrogen chloride, produces acid rain. Hydrogen cyanide, again a very poisonous gas. And third, the most dangerous thing is that plastic is non-biodegradable. Because it is non-biodegradable, each and every corner of the planet is filled up with this non-biodegradable substance, that is plastic, and it is polluting our earth very badly. Why is it non-biodegradable? Because it cannot be broken by living things. It remains as such in the soil. But there is a good news. Our scientists are no less. Recently, they have developed a plastic that is biodegradable and hence eco-friendly. Let the students now recapitulate whatever we have studied today. First, we have come to know that plastic is a synthetic material. It is a polymer prepared from crude oil. It has many excellent properties because of which it has wide use. It is of two types, that is thermoplastic and thermosets. They have different properties due to different nature of bonding. Plastic is non-biodegradable material, but biopole is a new biodegradable plastic. And here are few questions for your assignment. Try to answer them. The first one is, plastic is a polymer. Explain it. Why is it called a polymer? Name the monomer of polythene. Third, differentiate a thermoplastic from a thermoset. Fourth, why can't thermosetting plastic be softened on heating? Fifth, what makes plastic a material of choice? Sixth, comment on the statement, plastic, a boon or a bane. And last but not the least, what is polystyrene used for? Thank you and have a nice day.